I didn't get in, so that's great. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Angelina, and I will be participating in the 2019 Spring Advantage term of the Disney College program down in Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, as an attractions cast member. Whew, that is so much to say. In a little less than 1 week, I check in for my DCP, and I am so excited. I cannot believe it is finally here. It is so surreal. It literally feels like I applied yesterday, and that was 4 months ago. 4 months has flown by, oh my goodness. So speaking of applying, in today's video, I thought, why not share some of my tips and tricks for the DCP application process with you guys, since fall and fall advantage of 2019 applications are dropping this Tuesday the 22nd. That is crazy. So first off, I'm going to tell you my timeline and what I went through to get accepted. So I applied on the first day, which was August 20th of 2018. Within the first 2 hours I had applied. I put in all my information a few days before, so all I really had to do was answer the rest of the questions for the application. So I submitted my application. I had not heard anything back for a few weeks. A lot of people were getting their WBIs right away and then going straight into their phone interviews, and I got nothing, so I was like, I didn't get in, so that's great. So yeah, that happened. Then on September 4th, I had received a text message. It was my first day of classes for sophomore year. I received a text message, so they said that they wanted to hear more from me and to check my dashboard. So I went straight into my dashboard once I got home, took my WBI. I passed my WBI, thank goodness, and I went straight on to my phone interview. So I scheduled my phone interview for that Friday, September 7th. So I had my phone interview around 12 o'clock with Christine, and it went really well from what I thought. And about 2 weeks later, I had the character performer auditions on September 22nd, and on September 24th, I was accepted as an attractions cast member for the Spring Advantage term of the Disney College program, and I was so beyond excited. So let's get into the actual application itself. So as I said before, a few days prior to applications actually dropping, I had put in all my personal information already and my past job experiences. So you guys have the ability to do that right now. So after you're done watching this video, go do that. On the day of app drop, they ask you a bunch of other questions. So the first few pages are basically your personal information and stuff like that, what college or university you attend, if you'd like to receive text message updates, if you're over the age of 18, and all of that fun stuff. Next, it asks if you would like to do the Walt Disney World program or the Disneyland program, or apply for both. So after you put your interest in for which one you would like to do, it asks you which dates you want to do. So my first choice was spring, which was January to May, and my second choice was Spring Advantage from January to August. So you heard it here first, kids. Don't expect to get your first choice. I got my second choice, and to be honest with you, I am so glad I got my second choice because I'm going to be down there for longer, and I feel like spring would have just flown by really fast. So the next few things they ask you are your interest in some of the roles. No matter if you put low or high interest, you are considered for a role. Remember that. I know a lot of people put in low interest for roles and got their low interest roles and were not happy about it. You have to remember that no matter what you put, you're in consideration. So you're better off putting no interest for a role that you're kind of doubting, rather than low interest. I fortunately got one of my high interest roles, which I'm so thankful for. So yeah, that's basically it for the actual application itself. So right now I'm going to go into some tips and tricks I have for you guys with filling out your application. So like I said before, remember, no matter what interest you put in a role, you are considered for the role unless you put no interest. So Disney has 4 keys: safety, show, efficiency, and courtesy. Definitely, if you can, try and find somewhere to put those words in your past job experiences. Tip number 2 is always use the word guests, not customers. Down in Walt Disney World, Disneyland, any Disney store, anywhere in the company, customers are guests. There's no such thing as a customer. They are the guests. So if you had customer service on your application, try and put guest services and stuff like that, because they will look for that. Another few things that I thought helped me out, and I definitely recommend putting in, is your oral communication skill. So, for example, I was a babysitter, so I put oral communication between myself and the parent, myself and the child. So definitely try and put that in there. as well as any leadership skills you had in a certain position, and how well you work with a team as well as on self-tasks. Because there are some roles in Disney that are self-tasked as well as working in a big team. So definitely try and showcase your abilities in both fields. So definitely take as much time as you need with your application, because you want to make sure it is perfect, because after you put it in, there is no way to change anything on it. Another thing to remember is that everyone goes through the application process at a different time. I didn't understand this at the beginning of when I applied, because a lot of people were getting their WBIs right after they applied, and I was kind of bummed out that I hadn't gotten anything. You could apply the first day and get accepted on the last day. You could apply the last day applications are open and get accepted the next week. Everyone moves at a different pace. So another thing to remember is if you have not gotten an NLIC letter yet, you are still in consideration. This was a big thing for me when I applied. I had been seeing a lot of people getting NLICs, and I knew that something good was coming from it, because I had not gotten one yet. So remember, if you have not gotten one, you are still in consideration for the program. And the last thing I have for you guys today is, should you do the Disney College program? In my opinion, go for it. Apply. There's nothing to lose with applying. I cannot stress enough to you how much the program has already changed my life, and I didn't even start mine yet. I have met so many amazing people from the Facebook pages and from the character performer auditions. You're all going through the same thing. You're all going through the application process. You're all going through a character performer audition. You all have a love for Disney. You all share something in common, which is amazing to find a group of people that has that. For me, one day down the road, I'd love to work in the corporate part of Disney. This is just like a stepping stone for me. This is for me to get my foot in the door with the company. You may go through this program and not want to work for Disney at all, and that is totally fine. But there are some people like me that want to work for Disney in the future. Maybe in the performance aspect or the corporate aspect or in the parks or something like that. This is something that I've wanted to do for the longest time. So I really hope that this video helps a bunch of you guys, seeing as applications are dropping and a lot of you are applying for the first time. I applied for my first time in August and I got accepted on my first try. So many of you might not get accepted on your first try. So many of you might get accepted on your first try. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, definitely subscribe for more. I will be vlogging in the next few weeks. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a magical day. Bye!